There was no.
Best case scenario is the head above water. But it was fun. Yeah.
Good evening, everyone. Time is 6:30 p.m. The regular meeting of the Mayor and Council of the Borough of Freehold for August 21st, 2023 is now called to order. Notice of the time, date, and location of this meeting is provided at least 48 hours prior to commencement of this meeting, pursuant to the provisions of Chapter 231 of the laws of 1975, the Open Public Meetings Act. I guess everyone please stand for a salute to the flag, followed by a moment of silence. Chief Dispenza, please lead us.
I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Roll call, please.
Mayor Payne,
Here.
Councilman Benedetto, Councilwoman Jordan,
Here.
Councilman Reich,
Here.
Councilwoman Rogers, here. Councilman Schnur,
Here.
Councilwoman Schutzer. Here.
Okay, before we begin tonight, I just wanted to share an update regarding two major issues we are currently addressing. For many years now, the borough has been experiencing issues regarding parking in our parking lots and on our streets. Over 5 years ago, we hired a recognized expert in parking management, Level G Consulting, who conducted an analysis of the parking situation here in the borough and produced a series of recommendations for ways to better manage our parking assets. We knew he had a problem with the parking shortage during the evenings, and the popularity of our many restaurants was increasing the volume of patrons looking for parking spaces. We also know that many of our parking spaces were being used by employees of the businesses. Working with our professionals, we devised a parking management system that encourages employees to park at other locations while freeing up spaces in our central business district for patrons. A frequently heard complaint has been that many customers were calling the restaurants and canceling their reservations because they couldn't find an available parking space. By implementing our recommended parking management system, we will see greater turnover in our paid lots and fewer people taking up available free spots for days on end. We will also still have free parking available on other lots for those who are willing to walk a short distance. The majority of the parking spaces will remain free. It's also no secret that our parking lots need maintenance. Cost estimates to restore the Market Yard parking lot are in the $1 million plus range. By implementing our parking management system, we will have a dedicated source of new revenue to own, operate, and maintain all of our parking assets. The cost to patrol, snowplow, clean, maintain, and restore our lots will no longer be paid for by our local taxpayers, but rather by the people using the lots to park, including people from out of town who come to visit. This presents a significant opportunity to save taxpayer dollars by providing dedicated funds for the upkeep of our lots. Our parking management system will also provide enforcement personnel to assist in public safety in our parking lots. Our parking enforcement officers will be visible and available to help residents and patrons visiting our downtown. I know this is not a popular decision, and I also know right before an election is not a great time to launch a paid parking program, but in the long term, it's a fiscally responsible financial decision and the right thing to do for the borough and for our businesses. The bottom line is that it will result in improved parking assets and reduce expenses for our taxpayers. You've heard me say it before, it's never the wrong time to do the right thing. The borough has been talking about some form of paid parking management for many years. We are now taking action. In the coming days and weeks, we will be issuing a series of flyers, brochures, robocalls explaining how the system works. Parking in the McGackin Triangle, the Market Yard, Borough Hall lots, and certain on-street spots will be $1 per hour from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. and then $2 per hour until 3 a.m. We will launch a revised permanent parking system beginning in the new year. Payments, as in most other towns, will be by pay stations and by app on your phone. We will accept credit and debit cards and coins. You will see the pay stations being installed on Thursday and Friday of this week. We expect to launch the system on September 5th with a week of warnings before we issue any violations. We will offer informational sessions regarding the use of pay stations and the apps on Thursday, August 24th and Thursday, August 31st at 6 p.m. right in front of Borough Hall. The second issue I want to address is redevelopment. As you may be aware, we issued a request for proposals to the development community to invite qualified developers to propose a project for our hometown redevelopment area anchored by the former Borough Hall. The proposals were asked to respond to our approved redevelopment plan. We were excited to have received 9 solid proposals from real developers with track records of getting things done. I commissioned a broad-based redevelopment advisory team comprised of experienced borough residents to review the proposals and decide which vision fits our community the best. We have narrowed down the proposals to 2, which we will be having further discussions with. In the coming weeks, the committee will have a recommendation for the council to consider, and we will have an open public meeting for the community to hear from the proposer about their project plan. These are exciting times here in the borough, and the fact that we received 9 initial proposals from very successful developers tells me there's tremendous interest in our town and the direction we are heading. Thank you. Okay, item 4 on our agenda this evening are the approval of minutes. Council meeting July 17, 2023.
I'll move that.
I'll second, please.
Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Councilperson Jordan?
Yes.
Reich?
Yes.
Rogers? Yes. Schnur?
Yes.
Schutzer?
Yes.
Okay, the minutes of the council meeting July 17, 2023 are approved. Item 5 is the first reading and introduction ordinance 2023/22, amending and supplementing Chapter 10, Vehicles and Traffic.
I'll move that.
I'll second.
Discussion?
Yes, as you heard, Mayor Kane talk about the parking management system. This is the ordinance that we have for that. And we're going to be implementing in September. And this talks about a lot of the things that the mayor discussed already this evening in terms of rates and times and things of that nature.
Any further discussion? Roll call, please.
Councilperson Jordan?
Yes.
Reich?
Yes.
Rogers? Yes. Schnur?
Yes.
Schutzer?
Yes.
Okay, ordinance 2023/22 is introduced. Item 6 this evening is our consent agenda. Just a note that matters listed under the items of consent agenda are required to conduct a day-to-day operation of the borough and will be enacted by one motion in the form listed below. There'll be no separate discussion of these items. If discussion is desired of any items, that item will be considered separately. Would someone like to move items CR1 through CR14?
I'd like to move that.
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Councilperson Jordan?
Yes.
Reich?
Yes.
Rogers? Yes. Schnur?
Yes.
Schutzer?
Yes.
Okay, items, consent agenda items CR1 through CR14 are adopted. That's the end of our consent agenda. Item 7 is the approval of bills.
I'd like to move that we pay our bills.
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Councilperson Jordan?
Yes, with the exception of vendor 01820.
Reich?
Yes.
Rogers? Yes. Schnur?
Yes.
Schutzer?
Yes.
Okay, our bill list is approved this evening. Item 8 is public comments. If anyone from the public would care to make a comment to the governing body, ask you to step forward, state your name and address for the record.
Good evening, Jim McAllister, South Street. Sharon, you look like a man of the world. You used to be such a happy, smiling person when I came to these meetings.
Not bad,
Okay. Two things I wanted to bring up on the parking. You mentioned there'll be meters for the municipal parking. Does that mean if I come down here for business, I'm gonna have to pay to park? Okay.
This is comment period, but if you have any questions, you could see the administrator or the clerk
second thing is, I brought up about having Bill Madden the Grand Marshal of the parade. Has there been any movement on that whatsoever? If not, I was wondering, go ahead.
I'll talk about that when we have our comments.
Okay, because if not, I'd like a list of the committees or organizations that decide that, so I can personally write them and ask them for that. And maybe you could even consider having them on the grandstand. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else from the public care to make a comment?
Good evening, Mr. George, 24 Morris Street. I'd like to just make a few comments about our property taxes and the assessments and the way the assessments are being done at this moment. Currently, we're part of the county demonstration program. I think a lot of people were shocked with their bills and their assessments this year. I'm sorry Councilman DeBedetto is not here because of interest. 4 of the highest increases in the borough are 2 of his properties on 11th and 13th South Street. So there's either a flaw in the system with how that was done, because his properties went up 143% and 155% respectively, without having anything done to those properties. There's something definitely wrong with the program. That a property like that could go up that much in 1 year. His property taxes doubled for 2 pieces of property. Nobody in this town has doubled. The program needs to be evaluated again on whether it's worthwhile for us to be involved in it. There's no reason for it. The only other reason is that there was a flaw in the system in prior years and he was grossly undervalued for years. Could you imagine if your house went up 153% in 1 year? What property taxes you would be paying? I don't think anybody would like that. So I think you need to consider evaluating being part of the assessment demonstration program at the county. Because I don't believe it's working for everybody. In the size of 1.9 square miles here in town, there's not that much development. People aren't putting up mansions. So there's no reason to think that everywhere the properties are going through the roof and on the other side of town, the properties are dropping that much. So you need to consider that because for the taxpayers' interest. Regarding the Special Improvement District budget, on May 15th, you allowed the executive director, before the public hearing was even open, 19 minutes to speak about the budget to you. 19 minutes to be going over a budget that you apparently all went over with the Finance Committee already. In 2 decades, the executive director of the Downtown Improvement District has never gotten up and presented his budget. 19 minutes over 2 decades. For what purpose? Because Jeff Friedman's running for council this year, so you figured you'd put him up in public, make it look how good things are? It's never been done in 2 decades. There's no reason to have it done this year unless there's another reason. Regarding your parking utility, you're correct. You adopted an ordinance in 2018 putting the parking utility in place. In 2019, in February, you introduced an ordinance to get the parking pay stations put in place. And then there was a complete halt because downtown wasn't part of that conversation. So here we are, 5 years later, and you're getting it up and running. This was supposed to be done years ago. A decade ago, this was brought up to the council about having a parking utility. And it's taken this long to get something done. Mr. Friedman also had some comments regarding, on social media about what his opinion and how he was pushing forward all this. Well, if you look at your own minutes, it was downtown that stopped all this for 5 years. So I'm not sure why he's out there telling the public things that aren't true, but when you're recorded in your minutes. Regarding the Nestle plant, Mr. Friedman has also been out there talking about the Nestle plant and how until it's decommissioned, the property taxes will remain the same. I didn't recall that Mr. Friedman was an assessor, that he would know those answers. I've been doing this for 35 years. And I'm pretty sure when that plant closes, one of their many attorneys will have filed the appeal already. When it's not operating, the value will drop. The public should be more knowledgeable, telling the public what's really going on here. And the fact that he mentioned that Manalapan and Marlboro will be absorbing the costs because they have the most into our system. I've been on Manasquan River for 17 years. Manalapan and Marlboro don't pay a penny into our system unless there's an agreement that somebody told me about that I missed somewhere. So, things that are being spewed out there, if you want the facts, they're the facts. I don't do social media, and Sharon, with all due respect to you, I understand why. Because what I've read, it's absurd. What people can just throw out there and hope it sticks. It's absolutely absurd. But I'm with you, that's why I don't do social media. We agree on something, Sharon. Last thing I'd like to say is that I serve Township of Ocean as their CFO. And we have an interlocal service agreement with the city of Plainfield. And I'm their CFO as well. And I'm not saying that just because I'm saying it, I just want the public to know I have those two jobs. Lastly, I'd like to appreciate a little clarity on an issue I raised over a year ago on why the town would pay over $4,000 for a sitting council person to get a qualified purchasing agent license. I've yet to get an answer, and I would appreciate to get one. As taxpaying citizens, we ask questions, we should be able to get answers, and it hasn't been answered in over a year. I would like to thank you for taking these comments seriously, evaluating them, and doing what's right for the public. Have a good evening.
Thank you. Anyone else from the public?
Good evening. My name is Jeff Friedman. I represent the Field Center Management Corporation as the Executive Director, and I live at 3 Broad Street. By ordinance, we must give a budget presentation every year. I have done so every year since I took over this job in 2016. Every year. There was a lot more questions this year on social media about what our budget went towards. So I thought it was necessary to let people know what it went for in a clearer way that's been done in the past. And I think that's helpful to the community. Parking. Shortly after I began at Downtown Freehold, I was asked by the borough attorney at the time to address the parking situation in the market yard with the business owners. Over the next year, we spent exhaustive hours meeting. And over the next couple of years, we put together a parking plan. The plan was ultimately rejected by the downtown at that time because the borough administrative team at the time refused to guarantee and, commit to keeping that money in a dedicated fund to improve parking. That it was, they would not commit to that long term. And that was something the businesses, and I believe the residents too, would expect that if we're going to be paying for parking, that it's going to go maintain parking and improve the conditions downtown when it comes to parking, when it comes to safety, and when it comes to the concerns related to parking and safety. That's what this plan is going to do. And over the long term, it's going to make a better downtown. And by allowing better turnover, we will encourage more businesses to come downtown. And hopefully we will get those arcades and those other venues that need proper turnover to come to downtown. So, as it comes to some of those other issues, the fact of the matter is, if you have an empty building, you don't stop paying taxes on it. That's just a fact. Plain and simple. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else from the public care to make a comment?
Ricky Gartz, 24 Morris Street. So unless your borough minutes are not correct, there has never been a public hearing where the executive director has spoken at. Maybe down at his meetings he has, but it has never been done at a council meeting in the last 20 years. So let's get that fact straight. Since 2016, since 2002, because I've read all the minutes. So that is not true at all. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else from the public care to make a comment? Seeing no further comment, I'd like to entertain a motion to close the public portion.
So moved. Second.
Roll call, please.
Councilperson Jordan?
Yes.
Reich?
Yes.
Rogers?
Yes.
Schnurr?
Yes.
Stetser?
Yes.
Okay, our public comment portion is closed. Item 9 this evening are council comments. Start off with Councilwoman Jordan.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I don't really have a lot. Recreation will be having a family day at Lake Toponimus on September 9th. Everyone's encouraged to come out. There'll be a fishing tournament. You're encouraged to bring your own picnic basket, boating on the lakes, that kind of stuff. Just also wanted to thank the Recreation for a successful evening out at the Blue Claws. On Friday night, we had over 100 residents attend. It was a fantastic evening. Mayor's Wellness, we still have our walks on Tuesdays, and we have our yoga on Thursday. In September, look for a program for seniors, Walking with Wendell. That's one of our recreation commissioners who's going to be out there walking with some of the seniors on Wednesday mornings. More information to come on that. As well as we'll be launching a program for some seniors about balance and stability. That'll be a lecture series. That'll be held probably more than likely at Buxton Manor. That's about all I have. I do want to thank all of the public comments this evening, and I do want to thank Mr. Gartz for acknowledging the 2 of the 3 taxpayer jobs that he held. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. Nothing else.
Thank you. Councilman Reich.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. The past couple of weeks, we've had a lot of events going on downtown and in and around town. I just want to point out, thank you and congratulations to the Old Freehold Day Committee for a fantastic Old Freehold Day. The dunk tank was not as bad as I was expecting it to be, and I only got dunked a dozen times. So hopefully next year the numbers will be up. But it was a great day. The weather was beautiful. Everybody was out on the lake. It's always a fun time seeing everybody out and celebrating Freehold. Also, the Freehold Borough Night at Blue Claws, hosted by the Recreation Commission on Friday night, was another fantastic evening. Mr. Mayor, did you go strike?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
I think one of the best things about that is seeing all the kids enjoying the games. My boys specifically and my niece loved the fireworks at the end. They loved the fact that Blue Claws won, and they had a great time running the bases and trying to beat me around the bases. Latino Festival is coming up on September 16th at the Hall Records parking lot. It's always a fun time downtown. Great music, great food, great dancing. So please come out and support the Latino Festival. And the Human Relations Advisory Commission is still selling flags, garden flags. So if you're interested, there are flyers out on the desk in the hallway, and we'd love to see some of these around town. And that's all I have, and thank you.
Thank you. Councilwoman Rogers.
Thank you. This weekend we had the African Diaspora Festival at the Hall of Records, and it was just amazing, beautiful performances, just seeing the community out and about and interacting. It was just a wonderful time. I'm already looking forward to next year, so I appreciate the organizers putting that together and bringing the different talents to our town and giving us the opportunity to interact and spend time together. On September 30th, we will be having Children's Diversity Day. Members of from different towns in Monmouth County have put this together to bring children out to be able to learn about different cultures and things like that. So just mark the calendar, we'll have flyers soon. And I just agree that the night at the Blue Claws was a wonderful time. We really enjoyed being at the baseball game and that the Blue Claws won, and the fireworks were really, really nice. And that's my favorite part. So, and that's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilman Schnurr.
Thank you, Mayor King. I'm the liaison to the Memorial Day Parade in the veteran organizations. On our first meeting for next year's parade, which is the 150th, will actually be on
Yes, I wanted to tell everybody that the Monmouth County Free Shredding is being done in this area at the Township Municipal Building on the 23rd, on September 23rd, from 9 o'clock in the morning until 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Very, very popular. You have to get there early and be prepared to wait in line, but it's efficient. You know, you won't be there for an inordinate amount of time. Having worked the shredding for so long, I know how popular it is, so just keep that in mind. Also, out on the table, I left some flyers of a presentation presented by the AAUW, the American Association of University Women, on September 14th from 1:30 to 3:30 at the Crossroads Building at St. Peter's Church. There is a presentation by John Haddon, of the Director of the Monmouth County Division of Consumer Affairs, on fraud and scams. And it's not just for seniors, it's for everybody. Sounds good. Now, since, two things I wanted to say since my name was invoked. First of all, we have to say that yes, Jeff Friedman is a candidate for council. And so is Mr. Gartz for mayor and his team. So if we look at everything, we have to look at everything. It's only fair. I don't do social media, that's for sure. Several reasons I don't do social media. Number one, I hate to admit it publicly, but I probably wouldn't know how to do it. No, not publicly. I wouldn't know how to do it. And see absolutely no reason to learn how to do it. Secondly, if I were on social media, at some of the things that I hear that are said on social media and presented, I might just be in jail. And third, and probably most importantly of all, after 4.5 decades of teaching 8th grade, let me just say, from the bottom of my heart, I've had my fill of adolescent behavior, so I don't feel the need to be on social media. Thank you.
Thank you. That concludes council comments.
Mr. Mayor, I'm sorry, I forgot one thing in the comments, and I just want to bring up an event that's coming up because we have a short time. Just to let everybody know, we will be having the 22nd anniversary of 9/11 ceremony at the firehouse on Monday, September 11th at 8 a.m. We have a council meeting the week before, but I just want to get the information out now just so that everybody knows about that.
Thank you. Okay, item 10 this evening is a resolution authorizing a meeting not open to the public in accordance with the provisions of the New Jersey Open Public Meetings Act, NJSA 10:4-12B7, for potential litigation. Someone like to move that?
I'll move that.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Councilperson Reich,
Yes.
Jordan,
Yes.
Rogers, Schnurr,
Yes.
Shutzer.
Yes.
Okay, that resolution is adopted. We're going to go into executive session. We will come back out to close the meeting, but there'll be no business conducted, so no need to stick around unless you want to. But thank you all for coming out.
We're working with the apps, the voucher system, businesses, we are looking into parking. So we have to make it standard, but then add in more. So yeah, we're working with
Yes, I found out on Thursday. The lucky one. He asked me if I wanted Lincoln and Nate, but, and I'm at my fans. It's just, I'm used to it. No, and a lot of kids have seen me over the summer and they keep just asking me if I'm coming back. And that means
Good luck with it. Hopefully everybody will be careful when the kids go back to school.
that's the thing. Did you hear about what happened here last night? We have all 7 people down in a crosswalk and they had,
Was that the thing you had some mental issues?
that's what they said.
Five,
Right.
six.
No comment.
Alright, okay.
Bye.
Myself,
Hi Christine, have a good night.
Mike Clark, which also has